Hello my dear students, how are you today? Actually, we have today a new unit. We will have grammar, vocabulary, and we will have also reading. So try to prepare your paper and let's go with unit 9. Our unit is named the senses. So what do we mean by senses? Senses actually هي الحواس. We have 5 senses. So let's have this unit and see. We have new vocabulary in this unit. So let's see them. Number 1 is blind. So what do you mean by blind? Actually, blind, it means not able to see. So the one who couldn't see, we have to say he is blind. Okay? And we have to take care, this is B sound, not P sound. Okay? Number 2 is shape. Shape. So what do you mean by shape? Actually, shape, it means a square, circle, triangle are examples of this shape or are example of this meaning. So if I have square, if I have circle, triangle, anything like this, actually we will have here shape. Okay, but we have here in the sound P sound. Okay, so you have to take care of this. We have here the third word, sign. Okay, so what do we mean by sign? And you have to know that sign, we have silent letter. So it's sign, not sign. Okay. Let's see the meaning of it. Words or pictures that give information. So here, any words or any pictures that give me an information, a piece of information. علامة. Okay, for example, we have a sign of no smoking. بيبقى علامة كده ومعمول عليها like cross. فأنا بفهم من هنا إنه no smoking. So it's a picture here or any word. Here we have soldier. Soldier. Repeat after me here. Soldier. Yes, excellent. تمام. What do you mean by soldier? Soldier is the person who works to protect the country. The one who always tries to protect the country, he is the soldier. الجندي. Okay, fine. And then we have system. System. We had this word before, by the way. خدنا الword دي قبل كده مع بعض وكنا عارفين المفروض المعنى بتاعها بس I'm gonna try to remind you. خليك تفتكر. System, a way of doing something. When I have a way, my own way to do something, لما يكون في way إني أعمل حاجة معينة, so this is system. Okay, I'm following the system. بتبع السيستم. And here we have adult. Adult. Okay, do you know the meaning of adult? Okay, yes, fine. طبعا حد بيقول adult هو الشخص الكبير. Yes, fine. بس ليه عمر معين. You're this one when you are 18 or older. Once you are 18 years old, لما تبقى عمرك 18 years old أو أكبر من كده, so you are adult. Okay, fine. Let's see the opposites and prepositions. The opposites and prepositions, we always have this in our vocabulary. Let's see at first the opposites. What is the opposite of near? عكس قريب, حاجة قريبة مني. Yes, fine, بعيد, بس in English, yes, great. In English is far. Yes, let's see that. It's far. Then, what do you mean by best? When I say he's the best in the class. He's the best in the class. So هو أحسن واحد في الكلاس, for example. So when I say بقى the opposite one, it's going to be, let's see, worst. Yes, right. So the opposite of best is worst. Then we have the word strong. Strong. Okay, what do you mean by strong? Strong, yes, excellent. Someone who is very strong يبقى قوي. So the opposite of strong is, yes, ضعيف. So in English it's going to be great job. Weak. Weak. Okay, so it's not weak for الأسبوع. No. Yeah, weak actually here معناها ضعيف. W-E-A-K. Heavy. Heavy. When I say this bag is very heavy, so it means that I couldn't carry it. معناها إن أنا مش قادر أشيل الشنطة دي, for example. So heavy it means إنه تقيل. The opposite of heavy is light. Light. Okay, light it means خفيف. Okay, let's see this part. This part actually is talking about the prepositions. حروف الجر. They are very important. بيبقوا مهمين جدا. So why? Ask yourself لأن أنت بتلاقي دايما prepositions دي موجودة في questions بتاعت choices الاختياري. And take care very much. حاول تاخد بالك دايما كويس قوي إنه مش معنى إن أنت ترجمتها بالعربي هيبقى هو نفس المعنى in English. No, it never comes. Maybe it works. Sometimes كده ممكن تلاقيها yes ظبطت معاك and other times no. بيبقى ليها معنى آخر. For example, we will see in this part. So let's see in our presentation. Okay. زي ما قلت لك إنه take care إنه لما بيكون بترجم بالعربي ممكن يختلف تماما عن الإنجليش. Here we have on page. On page معناها في الصفحة الفلانية. So أنت ترجمت هنا إيه؟ في، على الرغم من إن كلمة on معناها على. So لو أنا جيت ترجمتها in page, so it doesn't work. It must be on page. Okay. So try to take care of this. خلي بالك من حاجة زي كده في choices. إنه maybe يديك in و on يبقى أنت you have to choose on page. Let's see the second one. A school for the blind. A school for the blind. Okay, what do you mean by a school for the blind? المدارس اللي بتبقى مخصصة للناس اللي مش بيقدروا يشوفوا, they can't see actually. بستخدم الword for. For is the preposition علشان خاطر استخدمه بيقول علشان. مدرسة علشان المكفوفين. مدرسة علشان الناس ضعاف السمع. So this is the meaning of word for. Okay. من أجل. يبقى again a school for the blind. Here we have instead of. And take care of your pronunciation. خلي بالك من نطقك. It's instead of. It's not of. No. If it's double F, so it's going to be of. But here it's of. What do you mean by instead of? When I say, for example, I have this instead of this, يبقى أنا أخدت حاجة بدلاً من الشيء الفلاني, بدلاً من الحاجة الفلانية. So all the time you will find it instead of. Change into, equal, turn into. When something change into another thing يبقى بيتغير. Turn into. Okay. So it changes into the water, for example. Okay. So it means إن هي بتتحول, بتتغير. Take care of the preposition into. Go on a trip. go on a trip. Okay, go on a trip, it means that you're gonna have a trip. You will go to have a trip and have fun. Okay, so it's not go in, no, never. It's go on. Embryo. Embryo. Embryo, it means that in the way of this, in the way of Braille. Okay, what do you mean by Braille? Braille, it's a way that you can read for blind. The people who cannot see, الناس اللي مش بيقدروا يشوفوا, they use this way by touching with their fingers. بيلمسوا كده الكتاب بإيديهم and بتبقى حاجات بارزة, الكلام بيبقى بارز. Okay, and actually they call this way Braille. سموا الطريقة دي طريقة برايل. Okay, so when I want to say إنه الكتاب ده مكتوب بطريقة برايل, so I have to say it in Braille. In Braille. دايما بخلي بالك بتكلك على ال preposition لأنه you have to take care of this. Okay, let's see the language notes. The language notes is very important also, so take care because you can find it in grammar and you can find it in the part of grammar which is choices or anything else. Okay, a way of plus ing or infinitive. So we have a way to plus infinitive. What do you mean by this? Actually, a way of, after having this word, you have to put ing. When I find a way of, لما بلاقي كلمة a way of بطريقة ما, بالطريقة دي, so I have to put ing. Okay, يبقى as long as إني هستخدم ال preposition of, هتبعه دايما ب ing, gerund. But when I say a way to, دايما عرف نفسك كده all of times في معظم الأوقات في أغلب الأوقات to I have to use infinitive. هستخدم دايما بعد to infinitive except في بعض الحالات اللي هنبقى نشرحها later on. Let's see the examples. Okay, system means a way of doing something. Can you remember the meaning of system? فاكرين المعنى بتاع system? It means a way of doing something. Okay, and here we used of, so we have to use the verb with gerund, which is doing. Okay, the other example is Louis wanted to find a way to improve the system. So here we used actually a way to, and we have improve after it. We didn't say improving, for example. So I hope that you could understand it. And here we have continue to plus infinitive or gerund. So when I have the verb continue, يكمل بيستكمل حاجة. When I follow it by to, خلاص احنا عارفين يبقى خلاص infinitive. But when I omit to, لما بشيل بحذف كلمة to, so I have to put gerund. Let's see the example. He continued adding more signs to his system. So here do we have to? Excellent, we don't have. سمع الناس بتقول no, we don't have to. So I have to add what? Yes, great. I have to add ing. That's why I said adding. The train continued to fall all evening. Yes, here we have to. Continue to. Okay, so after to I said fall. Fall actually it means you are. So it's an infinitive. يبقى I'm going on the right track. The word look up. Maybe it's new for you. ممكن تكون جديد عليك. Actually the word look أصلا بيتبعها prepositions كتير جدا. Maybe look after, look at, and we have look up. So let's see the meaning of look up. Look up, it means to search in the dictionary. Okay, to search for a meaning in the dictionary. Let's see in this example. The children can look up words and find out their meaning. So what do we mean by look up here? Yes, excellent, great. To search in the dictionary for these words and find their meanings. Okay, so it's not look at, it's not look after, it's look up. Okay, this word is equipment. Equipment, like many words that they are uncountable. ممكن تكون عارف انه في حاجات كده في العربي عندك دي جمع plural وانت عارفها ان هي جمع ما بتستخدمش عندنا بانها مفرد خالص. Okay, بس in English the matter is different. الموضوع بيختلف. Why? Because in English they are singular مفرد and I have to treat them like singular. أنا لازم أعملهم معاملة مفرد. يعني for example لو أنا قلت equipment معناها the tools المعدات. Okay, طيب actually did I add s؟ أنا ضفت هنا s؟ No, هي equipment واحدة بس in Arabic هي معدات كتير. And when I treat her or it لما أجي أتعامل معاها بقى هتعامل معاها على إنها singular. So it's going to take has, is, does, and the verb with s and all this stuff. Let's see the example. Luis's father made equipment for the horse. So here we have equipment without s. استخدمتها من غير s because it's uncountable word. زيها مثلا زي information. Information also معلومات كتير بس it's singular in English بتبقى مفرد في الإنجليش. Instead of أخدناها قبل كده في ال preposition plus noun or gerund. Once I have of أنت اتعلم كده. Once you have the preposition of دايما لما يكون عندك ال preposition of هتستخدم بعده في معظم الأوقات يا إما ing gerund or noun اسم. Another one which is instead without of. احنا هنا بقى استخدمت مرة ب of and another time without of. Instead without of, it's going to put a sentence, a full sentence. So let's see the example. In blind schools, there were 14 books which had a system of dots instead of letters. Okay, great. As long as إن أنا استخدمت instead of قلت لك بنحط يا إما gerund, verb plus ing, or noun. Noun اللي هو الاسم. So here we have what? Yes, right. We have noun, letters. Okay, حروف. The other example for instead without of, I won't drink juice. Instead, I will have some fruit. Okay, I won't drink juice, and then he used instead without of. After instead without of, he used full sentence, جملة كاملة. I will have some fruit. Okay, this is full sentence, subject, verb, and object. Now we have finished this part of vocabulary, and we will have another part which is grammar. So try to concentrate. In grammar today, we will try to explain relative clauses. Okay, and we will try to explain the meaning of defining relative clauses and non-defining relative clauses. So let's see and start explaining. We have today relative clauses. Relative clauses actually can be divided into defining and non-defining. relative clauses متعرفة. okay ضمائر الربط actually بتكون متعرفة and the others مش متعرفة. okay the one which is defining clauses who or that, which or that. خلينا نشوف most things which are very common. I want to know the name of the tall man who or that just came in. okay خلينا نقول إنه في ال defining relative clause actually I can omit the sentence after who or that. بالنسبة لي أنا ممكن أحذفها، هي مش بتضيف لي حاجة، هي بس بتديني info بس مش مهمة في ال sentence. I can omit it. يعني I can say for example I want to know the name of the tall man. okay and that's it. مش لازم أقول اللي جاي هناك، اللي جاي علينا، اللي واقف من بعيد. so again هي مش بتفرق خالص. I can omit it. Another example, the car which or that is parked outside belongs to my uncle. okay I can also omit, it's okay for me. and here we have which because it's for things. بستخدم which دايما مع الأشياء and who for persons. and I can use that instead of all of them. okay both of them I can use that. Let's see here, we don't use comma. Actually, when we have these two examples, we didn't use any commas before the defining relative clause. We can use that instead of who or which, as I said before. So we can also use that instead of the person and use that instead of the things. Let's see the other part, the other division, the other category, which is non-defining relative clauses. The first one is that we use non-defining relative clauses to give extra information about the noun. Here also we have extra information about the noun. okay بنستخدم معلومات إضافية. okay so also I can omit it. أقدر إن أنا أشيلها من الجملة for example. The first one is who, and I can use who for person. okay Mr. Zaki, who lives next door, is a scientist. So here I want to tell you that Mr. Zaki is a scientist. This is the main information that I want to give it to you. okay but I tried to use relative clause to make it more clear for you. maybe عايزاها تبقى أوضح بالنسبة لك، أعرفك مين مستر زكي ده، بس أنا المين information بالنسبة لي أنا كنت عايزة أقول لك إنه مستر زكي is a scientist. okay but to make it more clear عشان أوضح لك مين مستر زكي ده بالتحديد عشان ما تسألنيش actually أنا قلت لك هو اللي عايش جنبي. okay أو هو اللي بيسكن جنبي. so here this is for whom. yes excellent. for the person. And you have to know something very well. The non-defining clauses, we have to find the verbs. okay so here after who we have lives, which it's for things and for animals also. so let's see, elephants which live for 45 years are found in Africa. so here where's the main information that I want to give it to you? yes excellent, great job. The main information is elephants are found in Africa, but I tried to give more information for you to add to your knowledge. so elephant which live for 45 years, this is extra information, extra thing that I want to add to you, are found in Africa. okay and as I told you before, زي ما قلت لك بالظبط إنه elephants for example, these are animals. okay and I wrote which because we use which for animals and for things. After which we can find Yes, great. We can find verbs, which is live. Where for places. Okay. We went to visit my cousins in Luxor, where they have lived since 1970. Okay, so here actually we have the word where. Where actually we used it for places. When I want to talk about place and give you extra information, so I have to use where. But again, we went to visit my cousins in Luxor. احنا رحنا زرنا my cousins in Luxor. يبقى البليس اهو where they have lived since 1970. Okay, this is extra information for you. Then we have when. When actually we have to use it for, yes, great time, as you see. The photo shows Alexandria in 1990 when my parents lived there. Okay, so here I'm talking about what? The main thing, yes, time, which is the year. So I follow it by extra information, which is when. That's why I said when here to add another or extra info for you. Whose for possessive. We can use it instead of his, her, their, or apostrophe s. Okay, so take care of this. Whose, this is for possessive, okay, ملكية. So we can use it for his, her, their, and all this stuff. For example, my, and for example, our, and etc. Also, if I found apostrophe s, we have to find it. We have to use it. This is my uncle Adel, whose factory produces cotton clothes. Okay, I want to say this is my uncle Adel, his factory. Okay, but instead of saying his, because it's not work here, it doesn't work here, we have to say whose factory produces cotton clothes. The man whose son won the prize was very happy. Okay, again, here I want to say that this son is belonging to this man. Okay, so this is also possessive. I want to say his son. So that's why I used whose. Okay, this is the end of our episode. I hope that you get benefit from it. So try to remember that we had Unit 9. It talks about senses, okay, and especially the blind. And we talked, what do we mean by blind? And the new vocabulary. And we here in the part of grammar, we have the defining relative clauses and the non-defining relative clauses. So try to have your exercise at home and wish you luck.